Hello, world. Hello, everyone. You're welcome. Spicy top. Ne. Nonsense world. You're welcome. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. My name is Esther, and this is Esther's Chronicles TV. Yes. Whew. It is tense. It is hot. Conversations are ranging. So I'm here to talk about. In fact, I don't know because the latest we are hearing now is that it's a publicity stunt, and whatever it is, be it a publicity stunt, be it reality, I've come to talk about Yul Edochie, and the baby saga and everything. We are here to talk about it. Pastor Comfort, you're welcome. Welcome in, Kiki, pretty love, mommy. You're welcome. Because even if it's true, even if it's a lie, it's people's reality. It's people's reality. So I'm just going to welcome you all. Like I said, you're welcome as you come in. Please thumbs up the video. I'm going to share my link. I would like you to be my guest. Let's talk about polygamy. Let's talk about polygamy. What does the Bible say about polygamy? What does the society say about polygamy? What do you as a person think about polygamy? I'm going to play a song. And before I start, I would like to celebrate one of my own in the person of Speaking Grace. Today is her birthday. It got to me late, but I had to just pause to shout out to her. Happy birthday to you, Speaking Grace. I pray that the good Lord will continue to bless you. You continue to be a source of blessing to me, to the world, to your family, and to everyone you come across. So that's a shout out to Speaking Grace. In the course of the chat, maybe she will come, then we'll still celebrate her officially. Otherwise, let's get this started. I'm going to play a song, then I'll share this video out on my Facebook. I'll share it out to one or two people. And if you want to be my guests, just know this is what I want to talk about: polygamy. Using Yul Edochie as a case study, even though Yul Edochie has come to say that it is a publicity stunt. Anyway, he didn't even come out to say that's from his father. That's what his father has said. We will await a response from him. And I saw the video that Kiki did. I didn't even know that my cousin had sent me that information while I was on Kiki's premiere. Kiki also did a premiere on it and said it was not a publicity stunt. It's not any stunt, left or right. It's not stunt. Anyway, if you want to be my guest, please get set, get ready. Let's have this conversation. Polygamy, is it a yes or a no? If it is a yes, why? Give me reason. If it is a no, why? Give me reason. What is the Pastor Comfort? I would like you to jump on this because I did a premiere earlier today, and it was the reaction I got that made me say, okay, I'm going to come out to do this. So I'm going to play a song by our own Dusin Oyekon, and that song is a very deep one. You can play it. It's a very deep song. The title of that song is The Blood and the Name. I'm just going to play that song while I get ready for this LS. I have to come with water because I know it's going to hot. It's going to be hot in here. Yes. So let me put that song as I get into the Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. Welcome, lovers. When I call the name of Jesus, I hear God crying out. You holds the name, has the blood, and it speaks better things for me. When I call the name of Jesus, I hear the blood crying out. Holds the name, has the blood, and it speaks better things. Welcome, welcome. Jesus, and I see the blood working. Thank you for those that have something. Thank you. Not as well. I should say as well. The conversation is about to start. Welcome. Look at me, wahala. Maybe small matter. In fact, like it's cold in Switzerland this evening. The weather is chilled, but this matter is making my body hot. It's making my body hot. Oh, hey, polygamy. My head they do like this. Shim, shim. Ah, now wow, this life no balance. This life now wow. So, as you come in, welcome, 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 welcome. If you want to be my guest, I'm going to share my link very soon. I'm going to share my link very soon. Lovett family, you're welcome. But like I said, this topic is hot. I brought water. I want to drink water first. Hey. Mm. Ah. Mm-hmm. No, still say polygamy wahala. Mm. Polygamy. What is polygamy? Let's start with that. NS Creation, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining. Ah, hey, it is auto. Is it only African men that are polygamous in nature? Is it only African men? I think I should start from there. Is it only African men that are? Do you think it's only African men that are polygamous in nature? And I've often heard that the people they like to force it in our throat that men are polygamous in nature. And a man has once told me that it is not true. It's just like when they tell you that if a woman wants to give birth, the woman will go through labor. Thank you if you are here at the background, you are not typing. Thank you for joining. That if a woman wants to give birth, that labor pains. It is true that labor pains, but the degree of the pain, it is different for everybody. And there are so many things that people say, like when we're growing up, they tell us that when a man touches you, you will get pregnant. But we grew up and we realized that it was not true. So that was fallacy. So a man once told me that the concept of a man being polygamous is not true. That a man that will cheat will cheat. That is one school of thought. And another school of thought, says that okay, one school of thought said that a man that would cheat will cheat. And another school of thought says that no, men are polygamous, that they cannot stay with one woman. They have to stay with 2 or 3 women. So my question now is, do you think, because when we say polygamy, we always want to streamline it to Africa. Do you think that it's only African men that have this concept of polygamy? Because in the diaspora, in the white man land, you don't see them coming out to say it. But is it not happening is it not happening? It is happening. In Switzerland, we have what they call the red light district. The red light district is where we call it Langstrasse. Girls go there to give their body in exchange of money. Yes, that's what they do. And people that are patronizing them are not black men. Oh. People that are patronizing them are not black men. They are white men. They are white men. So even though white men are not out there saying that polygamy is yes, 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 they practice it somehow. So my question is, polygamy, is it a yes or a no? First of all, let us even see the concept of polygamy. What is polygamy? It is the practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. Welcome in, Ruth. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. Welcome in, my sis Ruth. It is the practice of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. It is a pattern of mating in which an animal has more than one mate. Okay, I'm looking at the dictionary meaning now. The condition of, okay, let's leave it. So we understand what I'm trying to say. Wait, I'm coming. So these white men that don't come out to articulate or advocate for polygamy, they still practice polygamy one way or the other. Don't get me wrong, I am not in any way supporting polygamy. But like I said, I came up with this live stream because of a video I listened to earlier today. And I'm going to play that video a bit. I'm going to play that video because that video really got me thinking. That video really, really got me thinking. I don't even know the girl's name. I forgot her name, but she's one controversial girl that says anything that comes to her mind. And it's okay because she's an adult. So I'm going to play that video and I will interrupt it from time to time to articulate the things that she said. And I want to know what is your own stand. If you want to be my guest, I'm going to drop the link. Then we can do this together. Because now I'm even careful of saying things, because till tomorrow or till next week, if Jesus Christ is coming, when the whole matter is clear, we are just speculating. But even though we are speculating, the fact remains that this is people's reality. Okay, Nomsis World, this is people's reality, where a man and a woman live together for 10-15 years and the woman will not know that there is a child somewhere. So I'm going to play. This is the video that got me, say, oh no, Esther, we have to talk about this. And as I'm even talking about it, my body is shaking because this live, I don't know. Let me play a bit of the video. So
our ancestors were strong men. Our ancestors were not tortoise. They are not tortoise like this men that we have today. We don't have men just like we don't have women. Our ancestors were lions. They were very proud. That is how our ancestors behaved. They married 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wives, and they all lived happily. But look at your husband. Then you want to make okay. From according to you, your husband cannot do like that. But your husband is a rapist and a pedophile. Your husband is a pedophile. You don't want to share your husband with anybody. You don't want a second wife, but your husband is willingly, freely sharing his body with your house help. Your husband is sharing himself with his sales girl. Your husband is sharing his body everywhere, but according to you, you are still in a nuclear family. You don't know that they have left you behind. You are the only one in nuclear family. Your husband is a polygamous man. This is the nature of a man. You can never take it away from them. It is the nature of a man. The way they use barbed wire to barbed wire the waist of a man is not the way they barbed wire the waist of women.
Bam. Okay, I'll take it from here. First, she said it is the nature of a man. It is the nature of a man. And she went further in the video to say that it is the nature of an African man. He said the barbed wire they use in barbing the waist of the African men is so strong that one woman cannot satisfy them. And I have had a man told me that that is a fallacy, that it's not true, because that is where we hide, or that is where these men hide, to say that one woman is not enough. It's not even a matter of even one woman is not enough. It's just a matter of you want to test somebody else, or you want to go for somebody else aside your wife. I will drop the link. Let me drop the link in case somebody wants to join me, so that I'm not just doing the talking alone. I want it to be conversational. You know, she said that. And the truth is, we see it in Nigeria also. Not even in Nigeria, like I said. Or since when I was young, I'm careful not to say the things I'm not supposed to say, like the words I'm not supposed to use. Since when I was young, they have been trafficking girls from Africa, from Asia, from everywhere to Europe. And what are these girls coming to do? They are coming to sell their body for money. Who are they selling their body to? It is white men now. So I first of all want to clear the air to say that this polygamy, or a man having more than one partner, is not limited to the black race. It's not limited to black men. Let us first of all take that one out of the. Let us would say it's a matter of lack of self-control. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. It's a matter of because to say that it is men are polygamous in nature and this polygamy is only limited to the black men, it is not true. It is not true. Even the whites are also, they also do these things. It's just their own that they don't bring it home. And if they don't bring it home, does it now make it right? Does it make it right? Like what this girl is saying now. She's saying that in your head, you are thinking that it's just you and your children, nuclear family, right? Meanwhile, your husband is having a side chicken, a side turkey, a side tolo, a side rat. Does it make it right? That's the question. Does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. Having said that, I just needed to first of all clear that one, because the girls kept saying that thing, that the barbed wire they used to gum African men waist is so strong. It's so strong, so they should misbehave. Let's take that out of it. Until I get somebody jumping on the link, I'll just continue with that video and I'll be interrupting it from time to time, because that's why I came. This is why I'm here. Even though Yale Edochie, the father they are saying is a publicity stunt, this is people's reality. I've seen it happen daytime, life. It has come close home to me. So it's not even a matter, even if in their case it's a publicity stunt, it doesn't mean that it's not people, it's people's reality, and that's why we're here to talk about it. So I'm going to play that video again. Let's continue what she was saying.
Our men are now scared. When men were men proudly come out to marry second, third wives. You, Ledoche, is better than all of you. All of you criticizing you, Ledoche, all of you cowards. All of you Ledoche is better than all of you. That is how a man does. Instead of criticizing you, Ledoche, why not applaud him? He did what you cannot do. Is it not your celebrities that kept baby mamas everywhere? Baby mamas everywhere with 2 children, 3 children. Is it better to have a baby mama there than to keep a wife at home? Which one do you prefer? You should applaud Yule Dochie. He said, no, I cannot keep this woman as a baby mama. Let me marry her, let me wife her. That is how reasonable men behave. Reasonable men do hard things. And what is that hard thing? Taking a second and a third wife. Sleeping with your house hair. You are defending your husband. Your husband is a pedophile. You are defending that your husband, he's a rapist. He raped any woman he see. He raped little girls.
Okay. She said something about baby mama. Yeah. Because some guys, you see that they have like 3 baby mamas. It then means that they would have had 3 wives if they were marrying or if they were marrying these baby mamas. So it is not, it doesn't still make it right. Having baby mamas from city to city, from continent to continent, it is absolutely not right. Polygamy in its own also is not something we need to embrace. But come to think of it, there's a place in the Bible that says there will come a time where, of course, even in the population of today, we see that men are more than women. Men are more than women. So all these matured singles, who is going to marry them? Because all these mature singles, they are comfortable being baby mamas. I mean, it's not right. In all sense, it is not right. But I want to hear from you if you're on this live chat. What do you think? Are you in support of polygamy? Will you support it? I don't know. This thing is confusing, and that's why I want clarity. If anybody is here that wants to jump on the link, please kindly jump on the link. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation around this topic. So, while I wait for somebody to jump on the link so that I can put my thoughts together, because the whole thing is just everywhere, I'm going to play a song of one of us. She just released the song in the person of Minister Rachel Musa. She released this song few days ago. I want you to check her out. If you don't have her, please check out her video. Check her out. You will like the song. And this particular song, because sometimes I play song and people ask me, Esther, does the song have copyright? Does the song have copyright? This particular song I'm about to play does not have copyright, so you can play it. Thank you for those people that are here. Thank you. Nomsis World, are you back? Thank you. Spice it up. Are you in the building? Spice it up with Onwadia. If you're in the building, kindly jump. Let this conversation start. I want to hear your opinion about it. Polygamy, yes or no? In the case of Yule Doche, have you not heard when ladies are... I've seen ladies say they want to be third wives. It doesn't make it right. But I've heard people say they want to be second wife. I've heard people say they want to be third wife. If they are ready to be second wife and third wife, who am I to now discredit it? That's why I'm saying this polygamy matter, we need to start thinking about it too. Because we like to run away from conversations, but these are conversations. Even, do you know that polygamy is even the least of the problem? What about the same-sex marriages? Those are even tougher conversations to talk about. And this time and age, I tell people, my end is noisy. Okay, Rutoma, thank you for the thoughts. My end is noisy. I would have joined you. The matter is peppering my body. It's peppering body, but we need to talk about this thing. Because polygamy matter. Would say the polygamy is devilish. I saw a post one day. One guy said that a lot of them were from polygamous home. Some children have side chick children. So I don't know. Is it in the agenda of God? Please, I need clarity, because even me, I want to learn. But I'm just coming out to say that polygamy is even the least of the problems. It's the least of because honestly, I would rather a polygamous man that will marry the woman home accept his responsibility than a man that has side chick, side turkey, side fowl, and side everything. In Nigeria, you see ladies telling you they want to date married men. Why are they dating married men? Is it right? No, it is not right. But they prefer to date married men. So polygamy is not even the problem. The problem is that the foundation itself has, I don't want to say destroyed, but the foundation is not right. And we need to start having conversation to the roots, not just on the surface. So I'm going to play this song while I wait anybody to jump on the link. Otherwise, I'll continue the conversation by myself, me, myself, and I. But thank you for being here. If you're listening, thank you. So this song is by our minister, Rachel Musa, and the title of the song says, Capable God. Listen to the song and be blessed. Capable God. See, I'm drinking water more than necessary. Welcome, Bigger Sam. Welcome. Thank you for joining. We're having conversation.
Mighty capable God, mighty capable God, mighty capable God, Lord, that is who you are. Mighty capable God, mighty capable God, mighty capable God, Lord, that is who you are. Mighty capable God, mighty capable God, mighty capable God, that is who you are. Mighty God, mighty capable God, mighty capable God, mighty capable God, that is who you are.
Thank you.
That is who you are. Lift our voice in worship. Mighty capable God, mighty capable God, mighty capable God, that is who you are. Mighty man in battle, mighty man in battle, mighty man in battle, God, that is who you are. Mighty man in battle, mighty man in battle, you are the mighty man in battle, God, that is who you are. Mighty man in battle, Jehovah Nissi, mighty man, you are the mighty man in battle. Lord, we say, that is who you are. Jehovah Nissi, mighty man, you are the mighty man in battle. Mighty man in battle, Jehovah Nissi, that is who you are. That is who you are. Let us lift our voice in worship. We worship you, Lord. Mighty man, you are mighty man in battle. Mighty man in battle. That is who you are. That is who you are. Let us lift our voice in worship. We worship you. Mighty man in battle. Mighty man, you are mighty man in battle.
This is what we are still there. Thank you. Continue the conversation. So that song is by one of us in the person of Minister Rachel Musa. So let me continue the conversation. Let me continue the conversation. Polygamy, what is your take on it? Is it a yes or a no? Ofako, you're welcome in. We're talking about the matter of polygamy. Is it a yes or a no? In the Stone Age, in our fathers and mothers' time. In fact, it's not my father's time, it's my grandfather. Because even in my father's time, my father had one wife. Anyway, some people are still having one wife. In the olden days, people were always having more than one wife. And I felt it really helps some women. Because let's think about this thing. That's why I want to hear what other people have to say about it. Is it a yes or a no? Is it better to have take the woman in? If you take responsibility, is it better, or to keep a side chick? Maybe we should put it that. If I could say it is a big no for me. Okay, it is a big no for you. But is it better that the man will be keeping side chick? It's also not better. It's not good for the men to keep side chick. But for me as a person, for me, because these are two evils, and if you are left to choose one of the evil, just like our country Nigeria and so many things in the world, if they say we are choose one, which one will you choose? Is it to be polygamous, to keep two women under one roof, or to just be having side chick, side chick, side chick, side chick, and you're not sure? We know. I also agree with the fact that it, that the person is marrying two wives doesn't mean that the person will stop at the two wife, because two wife can lead to the third wife, the third wife can lead to the fourth wife, like in the case of late Alafin of Oyo, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Oba, you know, we saw how many wives that man had. Some sources say that it was 12, some said it was 30. UJV, thank you so much for joining. UJV, can you see my face? What I have on my face is UJB foundation, oh, and this is just foundation. No powder, no concealer. UJB, if you don't have UJB, check her out. And if you need a product, holla at me. So, Sister Naomi, May Melody, you are welcome in. So that's it. Polygamy is a no-no, but what do you guys think about it? Do you think that having side chick is also a no-no? And that's why we say, except a man fears God, except a man is disciplined. Welcome in, sis Nibfeta Zone. Thank you for joining the conversation. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to jump on the link, you can jump on the link. I'm talking about polygamy. What is your stand about it? Let's start conversation. See, let's not say God forbid. Let's not say no, no. What do you think? I want you to think about it. V Unique, welcome in. Thank you, UJV. UJV say my guys, I'm not even joking. UJV Foundation, go and get your own. Thank you for the thumbs up. I've dropped the link. So let me play what the lady also said. Some people have seen their comments in my life, in my video. They told me, content creator, they were watching the video and they were skipping it just because you don't like what the girl is saying. See, the truth is, even what I'm saying, even if you don't like it, it is my opinion. Even if I don't like what you are saying, it is your opinion. We need to get comfortable with not accepting people's opinion, and don't just bullshit it. You don't want to hear about it. You don't want to hear about it. My point is, I'm not supporting polygamy, but honestly, it's the least conversation. There are more conversations that are tougher than polygamy. V Unique, do you want to be my guest? Because I dropped a video and V Unique was in that premiere and she was just saying, no, 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 no. V Unique, one name. In fact, that premiere this evening is the toughest premiere I've ever done. I've not done a premiere and I'll be like, "Ah, what is happening here?" So be my guest by jumping on the link. Oh, Samia at the background. Okay, okay, sis, nonsense word. Polygamy is a no-no. Ah, Oyoyo Ndoki. Ada Abba, if I catch you, this woman, Ada Abba, she's my namesake. She's my namesake. She skipped my video. Oyoyo Ndoki is back at the background. Let me welcome her. Thank you for joining, sis.
Thank
Hello.
you, host. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Welcome in name. Welcome. Please. I don't know if you heard what I was talking about before, or maybe I can reiterate a bit so that you can join. Anyway, I saw you did the video, so the topic is not new to you. I saw you did a video on it. The topic is not new to you, but this is where I wanted to take it from. So I heard a video this afternoon where a girl, I can't remember the girl's name, but she's very controversial. And when I listened to her points, I said, okay, I think we should have a conversation around this topic. The girl is saying that polygamy, she's even advocating. You see, me, I'm not advocating for polygamy. It's a no-no for me. But I'm saying that there are worse conversations that we can be talking about rather than polygamy, like the men having side chick. Like polygamy, people have limited it to African. That is not true. It is not only African men. So I want you to take it up, my sis, or your own word. Polygamy, is it a yes? Is it a no? What is your take on the issue on ground in general? I just addressed the house based on that. Let me leave you to talk. Thank you for joining.
All right. So for me, polygamy is a no-no, and I have reasons and experiences to like say my opinion. The reason is like just like there is this quote they said Peter Edochie made. You understand? People said it's not his official handle, but that's the truth about polygamy. Polygamy Polygamy will create enmity in your family. That is number one. We can't go away from that. And I'm gonna use my mother for example. My father died when we were kids, when we were babies actually. And then about the time I was 15, what my mother said to us is that she is so thankful that my father never married a second wife, that she would have been in a very deep problem if there were any second woman contending for her husband's compound, husband's property, anything you can think of, because everything would have been divided into two. It would have been more, a very chaotic situation for her. But she, at the time when I was 15, that was what my mother said. Then some people, it worked out for them, but that was back in the day, no longer today. My husband's father was His Royal Highness of Ndoki for 50 years. He ruled their community. He had about 10 wives and plenty concubines, okay? And the concubines will also cook and bring for the Royal Highness. And the wives knew it was a culture. It's not something they frown about. When it comes to Yolo de Edochie, why I'm no longer bitter or angry about him, he's from Teje community in Anambra State. Anybody from that local government, from that area, will understand that side chick concubine is not a big deal. It's nothing. When I mean practically nothing for any man in that community. So people like we are screaming because we are educated now. We are overseas. Everybody is claiming monogamous way of living. But in that community, even the children of the man, they all know who their father's side chick is or whatever. They call it agre. That's the word they use for it. My agre, my father. Do you understand? So they know it's a welcome thing. But because your Edochie is a young man, first of all, educated man, secondly, and someone who has consistently praised the first wife for being with him many years. So he was my least a person to expect things to happen in that way. Fine, I know he can keep side chicks. It's no big deal. It's normal where he comes from. It's normal. They is a tradition that you can't wipe away. Even Christianity won't wipe it away from that part of the community they come from, Anambra State. And that was why I said, the if that statement came from the father truly, that marrying a second wife doesn't make you a man, but rather you're breeding confusion and problem for your generation. Why did he say generations? He did not put generation, but because sometimes people read comment without interpreting the comment. He said generations. That means the offspring you're bringing today and the offsprings to come, they will never be friends. Let's call a spade a spade. There is always going to be acrimony in that family. You understand? Because the first wife children will say, I'm the wife, you left me. The second wife will be grabbing. Everybody will be fighting for one person's attention. Gone are the days when it worked fine for a lot of people. Because I kept asking my husband, how was it for you? And at that time, growing up in such a, he said that if you come to their compound in those days, it's like a community, girls everywhere, because their father started having a lot of girls until a particular wife now came and had boys. So some of the women of the daughters of the man are of the same age with the latest wife, which happens to be my own mother-in-law. That's the last wife of the. And I'll ask, but wait, though, this your mama said, why did he agree to marry the man? You understand? He said, okay, that the father wanted to marry his grandma, that's the my mother-in-law's mother. That one refused. The man said, okay, since you refused me marrying you, I'm gonna marry your daughter when it time comes. And he eventually married the daughter. He was the Royal Highness. You understand? And these things happened many, many years ago. Their first daughter should be about 78 years of age. So it's not thing of today. But for a today man, we should take it in that context. For a today man, why bring that kind of situation, problem, generational cost, just like Pete said, to yourself? To me, polygamy is a complete no, no. People shouldn't get into it at all. And why am I saying people assuming there was a woman, in fact, three women were married for my father? Because, well, let me put it that way. The first one married to the second one, it was my grandma from my father's side that was getting all these wives. The first one happened. My father quarreled with the mother and they settled. The woman left. The second one happened. He said, okay, he said, okay, I have a younger brother. Since you won't leave me alone, you feel my wife is giving birth to more girls than boys. Let my younger brother marry this woman. Okay. So what my father did was to build a home for the younger brother and then paid all the dowry and all of that for the younger brother. And that was how the younger brother, less than 25, got a wife. Do you understand? So that man married her and that woman remained in the compound. Then when the third one happened, I think after they had me, they brought a third wife. The woman did not stop, my grandma. My father now did not go to the village for over 3 months. So till tomorrow, I will still bless my father for not having a second wife. Because assuming that one they brought into the compound happened to be my father's wife, the peace and joy and quiet my mother enjoyed wouldn't have enjoyed, wouldn't have had peace. It would have been pain and agony. And because we know it will cause pain and agony, why get into it? The thing about Yole Doche is that he has eaten the Bekus and he choked him. He choked him. You understand? They say now only dog where eat shit carry for mouth. Now that one we know. You understand? All of them, I don't want to call their name, but whether they are jumping, the e-money, all of them, they all get side chief full everywhere. All of them, the Kobana, the chief priest, all of them. Kobana chief priest even admitted last year when the sister was fighting with the ex-husband now on the phone, Kevin said,
Yeah.
Kevin, we are all in the street. We know that was Cubana chief. We are all in the street. We know all these things. You understand? But we still know how to respect our wives. That I'm not saying you should not do what you want to do, but just respect my sister. So they are all in the same thing together. But it's because Yo has other intentions. You understand? I made a video about he has two plans, political ambition, and the
Mm.
fact he didn't want his son to be outside. Like our tradition. If
Was
this
even
has
your
happened,
video? It was your video that educated me more on that fact.
Yeah, that's the culture in our place. Assuming this happened to a Yoruba girl, you understand?
Ofako, please, just a minute. Ofako, please hang in there. When she finish, I will admit you to talk, please. Thank you for jumping on the link. Thank you. So continue, sis.
If this has happened to a Yoruba girl, y'all will not need to pay bride price. If it had happened to a Bini woman, he wouldn't need to pay bride price. A Yoruba girl, all he needs to do is to acknowledge the child on the naming ceremony, name the child that this is my child, and that settles it. Because they don't accept children into the home fully like the Igbos do. If I happen to have a child in my father's compound, is the prerogative is on my parents what they decide. If the man comes to marry me, they might decide to, like, you know what, yeah, if you want to marry her, fine, but just be rest assured that this one born in our compound bears our name and he goes nowhere. So if my family now decides to say, okay, fine, you can pay bride price, take the girl, take the child, fine. Is their prerogative to decide.
But
This girl,
sorry, because I've had conversation. People are saying that y'all could have claimed the child, accept the child without marrying the girl.
the tradition remains you have to pay bride price to marry the girl.
Claim the
Yeah,
child.
yeah. But the thing is that there are circumstances to issues, even the way they have exception in general rules in law. There are still exceptions in tradition. And what do I mean by that? They can talk with the family. And in this case, the girl in question has a stand. She can tell daddy, please, I don't want to be married like a thief. She can tell daddy, no, I know this man wants to take his child, but is there no other way, no other tradition, you understand, that need to be performed so that this man can lay hold to the child while I live my life? But the girl in question is interested in becoming your wife. We should not shy away from it. I say women helping women. Are we helping each other to the mud? Are we helping each other by promoting each other? I will blame y'all. At the same time, I'm blaming the girl more. Y'all is not the only person that she has met on the scene. Why go to this extent? She knew there was Mary has been there with 4 children. What was she looking for?
Which is bad. I
People
mean,
are not even
what
calling
you want?
her out for her art. People should call her out. She's an adult. She can tell her father, see, daddy, I'm a very comfortable woman. Please, I don't want to be dragged into this. If this man is just interested in this child, fine, let's go and ask the Iwe of the community. Let's call the elders and ask them what need to be done. Do you want people? Everybody will bring they will bring the tradition, because tradition in Africa is oral. But they still keep that oral tradition. There is no written document anywhere, but they know the tradition of the people. So but she's interested in becoming the
She,
wife.
even the guy is because, okay, even the guy is because he likes the girl.
Forget about, okay, let me ask you, Esther. Assuming this girl were to be Mary's house girl, do you think we'll be talking about this?
Of no, exactly what I'm
We'll
saying.
not be talking about this. What y'all would have done is they will go to the parents of that girl, because being a house, that means your parents are not well off for you to be house girl. They will
Yeah.
say, please, I'm ready to pay whatever it is to make sure the child bears my name. I'm
Okay,
going to foot the bill, but I'm not interested in marrying your woman.
okay. One last question. Now, there's a circulation that is saying it's a publicity stunt. Do you believe it?
Forget those people talking that was how they said Cora and Justin Dean were public. I told them it's not a prank. This is not a prank. The guy said that this was a mistake. Oh, he admitted to Polo, if you were that the free show, this Polo made that comment that I spoke with y'all, that we all know, we all do these things, we all know, that's Polo's statement. Anybody that have not watched this stream is about 45 minutes. You can go and watch it. He said that
That
this was a mistake. Like I said, they were all doing the same thing, but he choking for his throat. Now he couldn't know how to vomit.
so let's call what is not good. It's not good. They doing it doesn't make it good. Can we
It
even
doesn't
start
make
from
it
there?
good. It doesn't make it good. But let me ask a question. What you can't control, what do? You find your own happiness. If we like from today, we call it what it is. Till tomorrow, they're not gonna change. They're not gonna change because women are giving them the opportunity not to change. If
Because they are spending money for the girls.
That's what I'm saying. They can give you money and you still look at the money and walk away. We should have some
Exactly. The
dignity.
foundation, the problem is even from the home.
We should have some dignity. We should train our women to know what is right and stand by it. We are
True.
saying men, men, men. It's not just men. Two people, it takes two to tango. Let me tell you, I was saying the other day when I was pregnant with my first child, 8 months pregnant, with my big belly, a man was still checking me at this market. I say, sure, the man, is they blind. So the point is this: we should be able to know what is right and educate our daughters what is right. All of them talking, even the soul actresses, they are in the same thing together. They are all raking homes. For the fact
Mm,
that the wives are not living or coming out on social media to go, Blessing CEO that is talking about, are they not holding her with the prisoners, pension funds, boss? So they are all in the same thing together, wrecking homes, causing havoc up and down. Women should be able to protect their integrity. If you want to date somebody, go and look for a single married or a
mm.
widower and date a widower and leave somebody's husband alone.
Thank you. Thank you. I like where you landed, because at the end of the day, I was also watching one Ghana program yesterday where a girl was saying that married men are customers. The girl even broke my heart by saying our main customer that pay good money are pastors. That is even a conversation from another day. And the worst part of what she even said was they come to her because she's available for the backyard door. If you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's because she's available for the backyard door. Please just hold your thought. If you still want to be here with me, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me hear what my uncle has to say about it. Ofako is my uncle's wife, and my uncle is on the link. I want to hear his concern from his own experience. And before I admit Ofako, somebody wrote, yes, my sister-in-law also told me. And Yoyondoki, because you have been making research concerning it, I want you to say something also before I admit Ofako in. See what she Victory Activity wrote. She wants to marry because she had to before. She just wants to hold on to a man so that her family will not laugh at her. I heard, I don't know how true, that the so-called girl in question, that's the Judith, that she has 2 children.
I heard about it, but I don't like speculations. I can't it's not something I verify, so I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay.
I like speaking with facts so that if you call me out tomorrow, I know how to back myself up. That thing has been in the news, but nobody is saying yes. I've seen her with children. Or I know when she gave birth, or nothing to hold on that statement. So I don't want to go into that. The only thing I will say here, the girl is interested in becoming your wife.
Yeah.
Like I said, she is an adult. She has she gives her parents money over maybe every month. So if you have gotten to the extent in your life where you're giving your parents money, you should be able to plead with them. Say, Daddy, please, I don't want to be married as a thief. I want
No,
to
the
have my
girl
things
wanted
done.
job. That's it. The girl
Yeah.
wanted job.
She
So she
wanted
wants
it.
to
So let's
function.
say what it is. She's
Because Yon is a
interested.
young man, he's a fine man, he has baritone voice and everything. Like the girl that I'm analyzing said, she said a lot of girls are even angry because Yon did not choose them. Anyway, just hanging here with me or hold your thought. Let me see what my uncle has to say about it.
Okay.
So, over,
Mhm.
unmute the mic. Yeah.
Okay, I'm it. How do you already?
Okay,
Is,
welcome, sir.
is somebody hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Um, I guess we are talking about polygamy.
yes, sir.
Um, but I see that you guys are narrowing the argument to the incident that regarding you.
Yeah, because it's the reason why we are here in the first place, uncle.
Yeah. So if I mean, if we are particular about him and the circumstances surrounding whatever he's doing, I think it's a different ball game entirely. Uh, if we are talking about that, let's be focused on that. But if we are talking about polygamy, in its entirety,
In its
we have
entirety.
to,
Okay,
yeah, we have to do that too.
yeah, please do
So,
it for
so
polygamy and its entirety. Let's
oh,
address that.
okay. So, which in a way, Now, see, I think when people talk about polygamy, I see people having a very, very narrow mind about it.
Mm.
Number one, we have to understand that values, values are not universal. Just like human rights, they are not universal. Culture is distinct from place to place.
Mm.
Now, you ask a woman, for instance, what does she want? What matters to a woman?
Mm.
What matters to a woman in the Western world
Mm.
is different from what matters to a woman in the African context.
Mm.
Is somebody listening? Now,
Yeah.
what does an African woman want? What does she value? An African woman wants to be identified with a man. An African woman wants to feel that she is responsible, that she's under the roof of a man. So these are the values of the average African woman. It's so different from the Western woman who is independent, who doesn't have such values. The society doesn't look at her, whatever she does, the society doesn't care. Whether she's married, she's not married, whether she has kids, she doesn't have kids. An average African woman wants to have kids, wants to be married. Now, the question comes down to what does she want? So when people talk about, polygamy is good or it's not good, fine, but what does an African woman want that is distinct from what a Western woman wants? An African woman wants to answer a man's name, not the father's name.
Mm.
She wants to answer a man's name, not the father's name. I know so many I give you an example of an African woman that was posted to this place as one of the staff of the embassy. She wasn't married, but because she wanted to be identified with a man, she had to pay a man to have a contract marriage in Nigeria before she came here.
Mm.
That's number one. Number two, if a man passes away, a man that has children, if he passes away
Mm.
and the woman is still young, very young,
Mhm.
if nobody marries that woman, she remains single, and the children will remain fatherless.
Mm.
I understand that. I don't know if I'm right. I understand that amongst the Jews there are no widows.
Okay.
I understand that. I don't know how true it is.
Mm.
That amongst the Jews there are no widows. It's either your brother married the brother of the deceased marries the man, the woman, or a friend of the deceased marries the woman. The reason is because to give the children a sense of responsibility, a sense of belonging. So when people talk about polygamy, people do not understand that circumstances are different,
Mm.
that values are different, that
Mm.
rights are different,
Mm.
that what compares people from a particular region, or so to say, or culture, may not be there in another culture.
Mm.
So all this, not too long ago, somebody asked a question. An Islamic cleric asked a man. There was a debate in America in a forum
Mm.
where somebody was talking about polygamy and all that. And the man said, "Look, this is the population of men in America, and this is the population of women. If every man were to marry one woman, what happens to the rest women?
Please, all of you contribute. Oh.
What happens to the rest women? Because look, we are in Europe here. There's this tendency for people to want to copy what doesn't belong to us.
Mm.
I have my kids already, this and that, I can remain single and all that. What about the children? You are denying something.
Mm.
I mean, look, what is not our culture is not our culture. We don't belong to that. We don't belong to that. And
Host, I have something to say in respect of what Sai is talking about. So,
well,
okay.
can, can I finish, please?
Okay.
Okay. So, it's not a question of whether polygamy is right or whether it is wrong. We have to look at the circumstances that promote or that triggers polygamy. We have to look at, why polygamy has to take place. I mean, it's not that our forefathers sat down and said, "Oh, we want, polygamy is the best." It's not as if there are no downsides to it. No, there are advantages, there are disadvantages.
Mm.
So let's, let us always look at, people's values, the circumstances that we live in. I think it's so wrong to always see ourselves as embracing Western values alone. We every argument revolves around, embracing Western values.
Mm.
They are not our values.
Mm.
They are not our values. The average African woman wants to belong. The average, if you ask, look, even those who are telling you polygamy is bad, polygamy is bad, if you ask them deeply, a woman that gets to the age of 40, 45 without husband, you think she would not want to marry, be a second wife?
Mm.
She would want to be a second wife and have kids,
Mm.
because that is what matters to us. That's our value.
Mm.
If you ask her, she will say, "Look, I don't mind being a
Mm.
second wife as long
Mm.
as I'm well taken care of, as long as I'm able to have my kids."
Mm.
So let's not just narrow these things and look at everything from the prism of of Western values. Because we are here. They are saying no, no. Our circumstances are different. Our values are different. There's always something good in a culture, no matter how bad that culture is. There's something good in it. No matter how bad there's something good in it. I'm not saying polygamy is good. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want you to understand my point here. That
Yes.
we have to look at the circumstances. We have to look at culture. We have to look at values.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow. That
Let
was
somebody come in.
that was hot. That was hot, uncle. But I like that you drop it as it's hot. That okay, let me hear what my co-host want to react to. Oyoyondoki, please react. You have a thought that you've been holding.
Yeah, I want to react about where you said uh, if a woman loses her husband and becomes a widow, that she's single, and if you're talking about her not remarrying or something like that, you're depriving the children of whatever. Um, in my culture, like I said, my mother is a widow, and my father died when my mother was about 33. So she was practically a young woman that could have married again if she had wanted to. And in my culture, if you marry and you have daughters and you have sons to a family, for the fact that your husband is died doesn't mean you're now single. That do you understand what I'm saying? You're still married to that family. In the olden days, there was this thing they said: the man will come, maybe brothers to the man or whatever will come and marry the woman. But that is not obtainable anymore in most parts of the Igbo land. And again, depends on civilization we are talking about. So, marriage in my place in Igbo land as an Anambra woman is not all done by a man and a woman. That's not the culture. is a man, woman, and family. The family whereby you're married to. You're not just married to that man, you're married to the whole family. In the sense that even if your husband dies and you decide to stay there because you have children, you're completely not a single woman. You're still looked at as their brother's wife. And then the relative, they have a right to come and ask about your welfare, how your children are doing, and all of that if they want to. But whereby they don't want to, nobody's gonna force them to do that. So the fact that the woman loses her husband does not mean, yeah, practically you're a single woman, you're and all of that. No, you're still married to that family, unless you decide to bow out and said, I want to go back to my own family. And when you go back to your own family, that means you're gonna leave your children behind to go back. Most
Yes,
people that
Malan, sorry. Yeah, what that means is that, we have that culture too in my place, that a man from the same family marries the woman. And if that happens, that it becomes a polygamy, because definitely it's not somebody, a single man that will marry the woman. It's a man that's already married in the family. So then what the very moment the man marries the woman, it becomes a polygamy. So you see, this is a set of circumstances that may not apply to another scenario.
But uncle,
correct.
in your own case,
We have
the
that culture in my place too. That if a man dies, that the anybody from the family marries, the woman, that becomes a polygamy.
no, but in my co-host's case, in
Uh-huh.
Oyoyodoki's case, the man doesn't have to marry the woman, no, before the man can help. That's not what she's saying. Oyoyo, right?
No, that's what she's saying in effect, because the a woman, a woman is married to the family.
Yeah.
So if something happens to the husband, she remains part of the family. Do you know, in our place, that's why we always say a man has to buy clothes for the woman.
Yeah.
The man that buys clothes for the woman is automatically the husband. You get it? So this culture, you see, it's a reflection of what you have in Igbo land or wherever she comes from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason, you see, there are reasons for all this, and the reason is because for that woman not to remain single, because those children need a father.
Mm.
For the woman not to remain single, that's the reason.
Okay, for a woman not to remain single, those children need a father. So she's going to come and continue to produce children for the new man.
No, no, no,
Or
not necessarily, not necessarily, no, not necessarily. It must not. It's not get to that. It mustn't get to that. But because somebody has to be there to be a father figure to those children.
it's not mandatory. It's not
Look,
mandatory, and it will
there is
still
no
not be
culture that is
mandatory.
mandate. There's
Yeah,
no
it's not
culture that is mandate.
mandatory.
There's no culture that is mandatory. But
Yeah,
what we are saying is that there are reasons behind these things.
there might be reasons to
Yeah.
polygamy. One of the reasons I know about polygamy is because in those days they marry a lot of wives because they're going to farm, they're going to produce food, and they're going to plantation. They had all of those. So
Yeah, we still had
marrying a
people
lot
who
of
were
women,
single.
marrying a lot of women means having more kids, having more hands in terms of the man's wealth, more hands to manage the man's wealth. It could be plantation, it could be anything. So those are one of the reasons. And also it shows that the man is wealthy in those days. We are talking
Madam,
about, yeah, go ahead.
madam, I'm sorry. Do you know, in the state of Utah in America, do you know that a lot of churches there in Utah, they encourage polygamy,
I
and that
know.
polygamy is
Oh,
virtually, I think it's even allowed in the state of Utah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
really?
The
So
Amish people and all of that.
yes. So it's not, you know, I mean, I don't know how to put these things. You know, I don't really want to see what we were doing
No,
or
the
what our forefathers.
impression I'm trying to correct here is when you said that those children they need a father figure and all
Yeah.
of that. See,
Yeah.
a man in sorry, a woman in Igbo land is not married just to the man alone. And I will still say it tomorrow, you're married to the family. So
You are right.
everybody in
You
that
are
family
right.
will call the woman, say what is going on with the kids, how are they doing. That does not mean practically you're going to live in the same house with them to be able to know how the children are faring. My mother is a single woman that raised 8 children all by herself. She had little education, and she raised 8 graduates. Okay, why am I
Yeah.
saying this? Things are happening. She would have decided to move away, to walk away. She was 33 or thereabout when her
Mm.
husband died. She was very young. Today's 33-year-old women are still single. She would have moved on to have, she had a lot of suitors, as a matter of fact. One of them even suggested that she send all of us to our grandparents so that she can follow her to the US. My mother said, really, 8 children, so that we'll go and continue to produce more. I'm sorry. I loved my husband when he was alive, and not because he passed. That does not
Yeah.
mean I should forget every memory we built together and then
Yeah.
abandon my children because I want to satisfy your own desire to make me a wife. I
Yes.
am
You are
in
very.
here and I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick here. And nobody in my compound came to say, okay, fine, now that our brother is gone, I'm going
Mm.
to be the father figure so that we know how you are doing. We lived
Yeah.
in the city. After the whole thing, she moved back to the city. You understand?
Yeah.
And she lived alone and raised her children and
Yes.
raised responsible children. So
Yes.
women can still raise responsible children.
Yes.
And that
I
did
agree
not
with.
mean
I
she
agree
was
with you.
copying the Western world.
I
No.
agree with you totally. I agree with you totally. You see, you know, you mentioned your mom, and with all due respect, you see, people are not the same. People are not the same. My mother-in-law told me that since her husband died, how many years ago, no other man has ever seen her nakedness. And I believe her, and she never got married, and she trained all her children. So, but people, these are different. Let me give you an example. My own late senior brother, the wife is still very young, and she gets a boyfriend. The problem she's having with the kids has to do with the boyfriends that she's having, because the kids, because kids will always be kids. The kids don't want any man to get close to her. Of she, I mean, she lives in my in the late husband's house. She cannot leave the house to go and marry. She has 4 kids. She has to be there.
Hmm.
She has to be in the house. And the children, they don't want to see any other man close to her. And she's still very young. You see, she's still very young. So,
Hey,
people, you know, different circumstances, different issues, different problems, you know. But when we have to look at the totality of our values. And of course, the question is, what does the woman want? Nowadays, you see two women marrying a man, and they tell you, oh, they are living together happily, they do everything together. I mean, they are over there. If you go on YouTube, you see them. They
you
tell you,
see,
oh, they are happy. So if
okay.
you, for instance, you may not be happy, you may not see what they see, you may not see what makes them happy, but they tell you that they're happy. It's okay. They will never tell you that there's anything wrong with polygamy. So my advice to people is like, look, when people talk about polygamy, I always look, there are bad side, there's bad side, there's good side. I said, but it is left for people to make their choices. Depends on individuals. So I don't want to put everything, that's the way I personally see it. Depends on individuals.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Uncle. As a matter of fact, Uncle, people are saying in the comment section that you are not supporting it, but you are indirectly supporting it. Some people are
No,
saying,
no.
but the truth is, but the truth is, I like that you said what you said, and I like the fact that you came from a cultural and
That's it.
realistic, like our reality. It is our reality that is pointing in our faces. I'm
That
even
is.
shocked to know that a particular community in America applaud polygamy. Like that's new to me.
No,
That's
no,
it.
no. Don't say it that way that they applaud it. You understand? Is what works for a particular, just a little fraction of that particular state. You understand? I live in the US too. Is like a, will I say, like a church kind of group?
It's even a church.
Yeah, they call themselves a church kind of group. Yes.
And
Yes.
somebody already dropped a comment. You know, the last video I dropped, somebody dropped, I said it. I said in that video that I dropped, I said, can we start a conversation? Can we start what does the Bible say about it? And somebody actually said that the Bible stand against it. And I'm shocked to hear that that's a church. Anyway, some
See,
churches
see,
now.
So,
Esther,
so
let me
see,
ask you what
if I can,
sisters.
I'm sorry.
There is this American program they call Sisters. The man was living in LA at the time. So when he was marrying all those wives, that they call themselves sister wives or some, I can't remember the name of the program. The man moved
Exactly,
to
you're right.
Utah. He moved to Utah so that the law would not be against him.
You
Hmm.
see?
You get what I'm saying? Because that
Mm.
state in particular, you understand, gives room. If you want to do that, you have to be fair to them, treat them nicely.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow, that's new to me. You see why I came to learn also. Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay,
I
sorry,
really,
Esther. Sorry, I have to say something. My husband just said that was before that the law has changed, and he's an attorney in the US here. So I will stop it at that until I research on that one about the state to
Okay.
know what I will say.
thank you so much. And thank you to your husband for throwing that point in
Yeah,
us.
before we go there and be shooting ourselves on the leg, we better do research. All right,
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
be stepping down. Thank you for having me. If there is any other need, I might jump in. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Bros, thank you so much. I really,
But,
really appreciate
but, but
you.
let me quickly jump in. Let me say something before I leave.
Speaking Grace, welcome. Okay, bros.
Okay, you talked about what the Bible says about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what the Bible says about it is advisory.
Mm,
It is not. It is not. There was no commandment from God regarding that. It
mm,
said Paul, who said he would prefer that people, because you know, how do you call it, for the sake of that he would prefer that each person marries one wife.
mm,
Himself wasn't married.
mm-hmm.
Himself wasn't married.
Yeah.
So what he said was simply advisory.
Okay.
Yes, there's no commandment. It's not anywhere in the Bible that I mean, that's not. I'm not telling you. My parents, my father married one wife, and I'm
Mm.
married to one wife. So it's not like.
Yes, so
uh
it's a man of
So
one
it's not
wife.
like it's not like I like polygamy or I prefer
Yes,
polygamy. But I mean, we just have to say the truth. This is how
yes,
it is.
exactly. Thank you, Uncle.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah.
all right.
Thank you, bros. So, guys, it's not like I said, like people can just look at my topic and say Esther is supporting it. No, it's a conversation, and we need to talk about it. And that's why I'm saying your opinion should not be you don't want to hear about it because it's people's reality. And I'm going to come to the comment and highlight the comment and we'll have conversations around the comment. Meanwhile, speaking Grace, Adana, you are welcome.
I'm here. Oh.
I will flog you and boss vacancy. You people skip my video.
There's no logic to this matter. You know what? I just couldn't. To me, I was so upset, and I was
Why?
like, I have to watch this video to the end. So you know what? Because fast forward before I break my phone now because of somebody else that is making money from it. You know.
Adana,
I
you have
don't have
to
plenty to do.
wait. You have to fast forward it so that you can see what was my conclusion. Oh yeah, Ngwanu, throw more light on the matter. You have watched the
Yes,
video.
now I had to consult it to see your conclusion. So no other I will take a flight to come to that your side. Let us box ourselves. But don't worry, the conclusion was good. So it's alright. I just told the flight agent that they should wait. I called them back.
Okay, Adana, what do you have to say now? Jokes apart. What do you
Okay.
have to say?
I just eh, I just have a few things to say. Now, the first thing I have to say is I mean, I've heard from most people, and I've followed so many comments and everything about this Yall's case. But before I even go to Yall's case, in the case of what is going on in the channel now, for me, I know we hail from customs and traditions and everything, but if we call ourselves Christians, the Bible says all things are passed away. Now we are new. And
Mm,
as a Christian, the only manual we have is the Bible. Anything I do, I refer to the Bible. Now, what does the Bible say about polygamy? In 1 Corinthians 7, it clearly states that it is unlawful and it is not allowed. The Bible clearly states that one man and one woman will stick to themselves, will cling together and become one. There's no way three people will cling together and become one. It says one man, one woman cling together and become one. Now, I was trying to search for that part of the Bible. I think it's Deuteronomy. I'm not sure. That clearly states again that yes, you can leave your husband. That's coming to divorce. I'm not going to that aspect, but I'm just trying to still throw more light on what I'm trying to say. That a woman, yes, you can leave your husband based on violence and all that, but you have to stay alone. You're not allowed to remarry. For anyone who lies with that woman is an adulterer
mm,
or a fornicator. The Bible clearly states that once a woman is married to that one partner and sleeps with another person, that person is an adulterer. Full stop.
mhm,
There's no going back and front about it. I understand we have cultures, I understand we have traditions, but that is why we give our life to Christ. So that all those things will be passed away in our lives. I come from okay, my father had came from a polygamous family, and trust me, I don't even want to. In short, let me not even start the dynamics. As in, it got to a point that I just told my mother that you know what, I cannot even marry a man from my place. Let me not go and marry my brother because no, it's not a joke. My grandfather had a community.
mm,
As in, I had to tell my mom, and it's a very serious thing. And I told my mom, and stand on it, and even my children and my children's children, which is what going back to what Peter Joche says, it affects your generations. My see, God keep me alive. My grandchild will not marry somebody from my place,
mhm.
so
No,
that they will not go and marry their relative.
is that serious?
Yes,
Wow.
no, I'm serious. So that they will not go and marry their relative. So that's if we keep talking about customs and traditions, and then why did we give our life to Christ?
Mm,
Why? Okay, then we also talked about the case of the daddy that just left talked about the case of when a woman husband dies and the woman has to marry another man to. My father died when we were young as well. My
mm,
mother single-handedly trained us. In short, till today I used to tease her. Anytime she looks for my trouble, I'll tell her, "Come, you never see man we won't marry you." Like,
mm,
but she didn't get married again. She took care of us. And I want to state that I don't think it doesn't even sound right that a woman has to marry a man for him to take care of her. That goes to support all those men that when maybe a young girl comes to look for a job, they'll say, I have to sleep with you before I give you help. It's the same thing if you check it.
yeah. Yeah.
Thinking you have to give them something before they how can you say a woman is married to a man and the man will not sleep with her because he's helping her? Why can't you just help her? Must you? Is she not your brother's wife? Those children, are they not your children?
Hmm. Okay,
All
Adana,
those
thank
ones. So them say Telu, I've not finished. That one now is just about this talk we are talking. Now, about that video that you posted.
yes.
The only thing I have to say to that lady is I understand that she has to make money. So
Hmm.
I leave her with her gele that she tied. That's the only thing. Because she kept talking about allow your husbands to marry another woman, marry second wife, so that they will not be going pium pium pium. The way the man married that second wife, that's the same way he will pium 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 and marry a third wife. He will. Solomon had 700 and the kiniko women. Did
Hmm.
it stop him?
And come
Marrying a second wife will not stop a man from still looking outside, because the way the one at home did not satisfy him is the way that second one will not satisfy him when he brings her home. They always say bread eaten in secret na dey sweet pass. As long as he has married that one and brought her home, it will not sweet him again. Look, a promiscuous man is a promiscuous man, full stop. The old that just died now, shebi he married plenty wife, even to his grave he kept marrying. Do you want to tell me all those young women did not satisfy him?
Hmm.
And he just kept marrying. And will he just see a girl passing and just say, okay, that's the one I want to marry? No, it start from I see you, I like you, we do for corner, then I bring you come house.
Hmm.
So a promiscuous man is a promiscuous man. Even if a woman allows him to marry 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will not stop him. We just have to, our men have to be responsible.
Hmm.
They have to be responsible.
Adana, wait, I have to interrupt you here because I need these two ladies to talk. And then I will now ask a question because you say our men. So when you say our men, we are zeroing it down to the black men. And when I
No, no,
started,
no. When I say men, men of the whole world, though, because even
okay,
those Igbo people said that they cheat well, well. That's why their marriage too no they last.
thank you, thank you, thank you for
So
that
when I say our
clarity.
men, I mean men we are in relationship with. Be
Yes.
you black, be you white, be you yellow, be you green. As long
Mm,
as you are in a relationship with a man, he has to be responsible.
mm,
They think you just say now only men now their eye they chook for outside. We
mm,
women we not they see men where we like. No, no, no. See, let's call a spade a spade. Yes, we all have eyes. We can admire people. Now, it doesn't mean we should all go spreading our legs and anyway, sharp, sharp. Back to y'all. My problem with y'all is, yes, you're owning up to your responsibility. Which one, the second wife? It's not, I understand that everybody makes mistakes. You can own up to your responsibility. Yes, tell the world you have a son. Of course, if you not tell the world say you get son self, na me go first knack in head. Tell the world you have a boy. You be proud of your son. You don't have to bring the other woman home. And even if you have to, and this daddy that just left made mention to something again in the Bible, and I went to research it.
mm,
Yes, the Bible did make mention of bringing a second woman home, but it said that you have to acknowledge the first wife and in agreement with the first wife. Now, even going back to tradition, a man does not just go outside and go and marry without telling the second wife. He will
mm.
tell, in short, in my own culture, Igbo land, na the first wife sef, na im go carry the dowry. So
Ah,
the second wife.
mm,
Do you get? So in every aspect, they say we are yes, Judy own day one corner. Her own cane they wait for her for where she they go. But y'all, to the fact that he disrespected his wife, that's my own problem with him.
exactly. That's my point.
The audacity,
It is for me too.
that's my problem with y'all.
Mm,
And the fact that he's a celebrity and people look up to him.
mm.
So this thing he has done now will make some people say, after all, this person did it. Who am I?
So, Adana, do you believe it's a publicity stunt?
Sister, there's a child involved in this thing. It cannot be publicity stunt anything. I understand he has political career and all that, but
Let's
anyway,
wait. Let's wait. Things will unfold. Things
at the
will
end of the day, let us just fear God.
unfold.
Everybody should just fear God and know that this race, that this world that we are in, last 120, we go die, go meet our maker.
Mm.
Now when we go there, now we go talk wetin we do for this world.
Thank you so much, Adana. Adana, where is Wumi?
Wunmi is celebrating her birthday. Today is her birthday.
Yeah, I
Hey,
saw.
that
I want
let
to
me
just.
make a shout out to my Wunmi. Hey, to my Odogu one of Speaking Grace TV.
Okay.
Wunmi is busy celebrating birthday. Oh.
Yeah, I even wanted to celebrate her, but it was everything just clashed. So this live stream also we are celebrating her, so it's a good place to make a shout out to her.
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Adana. So,
yes,
and
my Odogu one of Speaking Grace TV.
happy birthday to her. Happy birthday. Okay, so Adana, you can hang in here with
Yeah.
me, or you stay at the background, whatever. But
Mm.
let me say, I have two ladies, and these two ladies, both of them, they have.
No,
In fact,
while
let me.
I did. I will just
Okay,
mute myself.
okay, thank you so much. So I'm going to admit, okay, V unique, V unique. Just let me hear what you want to say in 2 minutes. Then spice it up to we say something in 2 minutes. Now I'll put a question in 1 minute. Thank you, V unique.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all. Honorable, how are you doing? You're looking sharp this evening. Huh. I hope our guy is there to take you away, take you out, spoil you small. Honorable, I dey vex, I dey para. But my first question is, that lady, the one you showed on your video, is she married?
Yes, the sources after I put up that video, I let somebody told me that she was married. She was married and she had 2 kids. No, which lady are you talking about?
The one that was advocating for polygamy.
She's the one here with us. She's on the chat. Yes, spice it up with Omadia. She's married, oh.
No, not spice it up. The lady, the video that we watch on your
Okay, the
this thing, on your
video.
premiere
That,
today.
that girl is not married. She's a young girl.
She's
She's
not
not
married.
married.
Okay, I
No.
want to pray one prayer for her.
Ah, please,
I
no,
know I will
no,
pray one prayer for her before I start. Before I
no,
say
no.
anything I want to say.
Okay.
Anytime she finds a man to marry, her husband will cheat on her. Her husband will bring in second wife, third wife, fourth wife, fifth wife, without discussing it with her, without acknowledging her or anything else. That will be her portion. You see, there's power in spoken words. When you're saying something, the repercussion will come to you. Anything you approve shall be approved on you. As simple as that. What is wrong is wrong. Seriously. What is wrong is wrong. When girls will come out and say, I don't want to work it out with any man, we say they are gold diggers. They are not gold diggers. They are not. Just look at the case of Yon and his wife. At 22 or 21, you got married to this lady. You have nothing. And you told her, she said, I will manage. She worked it out with you up to this stage, 17 years. You know what it is to give a man, anybody at all, your relationship, 17 years of your life. And then one morning you wake up and you're seeing that your husband got married to another woman. Your husband has even pregnanted another woman. And is bringing it into the home which you worked for, which you suffered, your sweat, everything, your prayers, your midnight prayers. See, let me speak in my Igbo language. Only one I'm going warrior. Just if it's you, say it. If it's you, will you accept it? And some people are saying, there's nothing wrong with it. And my prayer to you, anybody that says there's nothing wrong with it, it shall be your portion. It shall be your portion. Now that I'm here suffering with my husband, and one day he will come up with it. Seriously, I will cause them and it will work on them. That girl, Judy, won't say that he didn't know that Yoon is happily married. Why will he be? Why will he? Why will she allow herself to be used by the devil? Why will she allow herself to be used by the devil? Why will he? Why will she allow herself to be used by the devil? Why will he? Why will she allow herself to be used by the devil? Why will he? Why will she allow herself to be used by the devil? You are once married and you faced what marriage is. You knew what marriage is. I don't know what happened between you and your husband, and you are divorced with 2 children. And you comfortably, it did not occur to you that you're coming to destroy another person's home. You open your leg 360-degree, Okuko Bazaar, and you take in for another woman's husband, and you feel it's okay. That's what they call karma. That is God, though. That's what they call karma. And karma will visit them. Nemesis, it will visit them. Whatever one shows in this life, just bear it at the back of your mind, you will repeat. Even if you repent, you are atoned for your sin. That is pure. It is pure. No two ways about it. You are atoned for that sin which you committed. Okay. God has forgiven you, fine and good, but you're paying for that sin.
Consequences.
Anybody that supported you, they say he man up, he own up, especially that blessing CEO. She's pregnant for another man. Who is the father of your child? You're pregnant for another man, and you're saying he man up, he own up, he do this, he do that. And people are cursing her, go to her page. So people say to you,
is she really pregnant? Is
yes,
Blessing CEO really pregnant?
Yes, she's pregnant. And people were cursing her, laying curses on her.
Wow. Okay. See, Sister V Unique. I want to get.
I dey vex.
Wait, no vex. See, these conversations, we need to have it. And everybody opinion different. Like my uncle was speaking. When he was talking, you would think that he has 2 wives. It's 1 wife he has. Even his own father, his parents, the mama where born my uncle, now 1 wife. So, but what we are saying is, we can stay here and say what the Bible says. We can stay here and shun at it. But realistically, that's why I'm saying that the problem we should be tackling is not even the polygamy, it's down to the side chick. So just hanging here with me with V Unique, let me admit, spice it up with Onwadia. I've seen the video she did, and I think she has something to tell us as regard polygamy. And please, let's respect people's opinion. V Unique, leave that girl, no cause that girl again. It's that opinion.
Oh my God. Kai, I have been laughing here since I muted my mic. Honorable, good day to you. V Unique, God bless you. Oh my God, where do I even start from? Like, after listening and reading the chat room, I was like, seriously, are you sure you want to even speak? Or they will roast you alive?
Please, let's respect our opinion. Please say what you want to say.
Okay.
Now only you almost mess it up.
Let me speak. I beg. We are all entitled to our own opinion, okay? Absolutely. And what works for A may not work for B. Now, I made a video. I went live a couple of days ago, and I talked about this. And I gave my opinion on what I feel, what I think you should have done, and what I think about his decision concerning going for a second wife. Now, you did not just wake up to go and pay a bride price. You did not wake up and travel down to the girl's village to pay her bride price. You was having a secret affair with this woman. Yul was having an affair. He was cheating with her. And I'm sure a lot of people are aware. They know that Yul has been cheating. And this is not the only person Yul has been sleeping with. Yul has been sleeping with so many others that people know. And even Yul's wife, May, is aware of this relationship. Yul's wife, May, cannot say she didn't know that Yul has a child outside or Yul has been cheating on her. But of course, we kept quiet. Everybody kept quiet. So long as he's cheating, he's a side chick, no problem. Because we are a society that approves cheating. A society that approves sugar daddy. A society that approves a man running around with different women. A society that will see a married man sleeping around and sees nothing wrong with it. A society where a wife will know that her husband is cheating with different women. She will keep quiet so long as the woman doesn't come to the house. So long as she's not a second wife, there is no problem. Which is better? I am a traditional woman, and I know my culture. And my culture, I'm an Igbo woman. I know this lady that spoke last is also an Igbo woman with the other, yeah, speaking grace is also Igbo. I am Igbo. I am from Anambra, and I'm married. Where I come from, we still practice our culture very well. We are not hypocrites. We frown at a man cheating. We frown at a man sleeping around. But we respect men who will be responsible enough to bring home a second wife. I will not respect a man who is busy having 3-4 side chicks, impregnating women outside. He's a baby daddy to 3-4 women. I will not applaud that man. But I will respect a man who goes out there to bring home a wife. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying what you did is right by cheating on the wife. He is totally wrong. And by not telling the wife that he had a child is totally wrong. By going to pay bride price without the wife's knowledge is totally wrong, and I condemn that. But as an Igbo man that Yul Edochie is, by tradition, Yul Edochie cannot bring home that boy to bear his name. Igbo culture does not permit a man who has not paid the bride price of a woman to take the child. That child will never bear Edochie. That child will never be part of the family until bride price is paid on the woman. And for Christ's sake, let us even look at this baby, that sweet baby. Who wants to abandon that child outside? Who wants to leave that child outside? You will have to bring that child home. And for you to do that, you must pay her bride price. So I condemn cheating. I condemn a man sleeping around and having several side chicks. I'm not that wife that will say, let my husband cheat, no problem, but I can't have a co-wife. Oh, I can have a co-wife, but I hate my husband cheating. My husband cannot go out there and be misbehaving, and I will pretend about it. A lot of women know their husbands are cheating, but will close their eyes and pretend. This man will go and bring disease and infections and infect them. They'll be treating different infections, pretending to be happily married. You go to church with your husband and your children, and you look all happy. One united family, but you know your husband cheats. You know your husband is a dog outside. Hypocrisy. A society that we applaud women sleeping with married men, are the society coming here to castigate a grown-up man for taking a second wife. That's the society we are in. A society where women, young girls in their 20s, even in their teenagers, even when their parents know where they're getting the money from, they will pretend. A society that condones evil. Now, let us even go to the Bible. I was asking somebody in the comment section. I said, where is it in the Bible where polygamy is frowned out? Where did God condemn polygamy? There is no place. I read the Torah, the real Hebrew Bible. I read it. And in Torah, you said, look, verses 16, Luke 16, 18. I will go through that place. There is no place where the Torah condemned polygamy. Rather, it says a man who chooses to bring home a second wife must be responsible for her. He must provide for her. When David David has several wives. When he slept with Uriah's wife and discovered she was pregnant, sent Uriah to the battlefield to be killed. What did God tell David? He said, if you had wanted more wives, I would have given to you. Why take another man's wife? A lot of married men are busy sleeping with married women. They are sleeping with these same married women. Married women are busy sleeping around with married men. What God hates is adultery and fornication. God hates adultery. He condemned it. He hates fornication. He hates fornicators and adultery. He never frowned at polygamy. Solomon had several wives. David did. Abraham, Sarah, our mother in faith, handed Hagar her maid. Why? Because she knew that polygamy was not a sin. Even though Abraham didn't marry Hagar, but she wanted Hagar to bear Abraham's child. Even though it's not God's will for Hagar to be the one that will carry Abraham's seed. There are several people, Isaac, Jacob, They were all men that we look up to, we read them in the Holy Bible. They were all men that married several wives. Did God at any point strike any of them dead? Did God curse any of them? But fornicators and adulteries were stoned in those days, because that is the law. We cannot tell ourselves we live in the era of grace and then we condone iniquity. Grace does not cover iniquity. So, Yul, traditionally, he didn't commit. Where he went wrong, and I will keep saying it, it is the fact that he cheated. He was cheating. Back then, when a man wants a second wife, he will tell his wife, his first wife, that he needs a second wife. He wants to marry. And there are reasons why men get married to other women. You don't just wake up and say you want to remarry, or you want to marry another woman. No. You discuss with maybe the woman is no longer strong enough to take the gbola. The woman is weak already, or the woman is becoming too weak due to old age, and the man is still sexually active. The woman is tired. She doesn't want the man's problem anymore in the other room. The man can decide to take a younger girl that can match his sexual libido in the bedroom. So what is done is women even go and look for a decent, good woman for their husband to marry. Marry, not to sleep with, to marry. Our people are not known to be promiscuous.
To marry, so there was no case of adultery there.
Yes.
Okay.
You go and marry. Yes, you go and look for a good girl that you know will not come and give you headache in your home, that will not come and destroy the family peace. You go and bring that woman home for your husband to marry. In fact, you help your husband select. It is not frowned at, it is not abomination. But a woman will be heartbroken when she discovers that her husband is sleeping around like a dog with different women. A man who sleeps around is shamed in my culture. But a man who takes on second, third wife is respected. He can be a titled man. He is respected. He can sit with kings. He can sit with honorable men. But a man who sleeps around cannot. He is cursed. He is shamed because he's bringing shame to the family. So women are allowed to also help their husbands search for a good woman who will not give them trouble. I hear people saying polygamy is a cause. Polygamy does this. Polygamy, they suffer, their mother suffered and all that. It is not about the type of marriage. It is the individuals involved, because we human beings are selfish in nature. We are selfish in nature. You cannot give that man what he wants anymore, and you don't want him to do it. I hear women saying, if that be the case, allow women to marry 10 men, allow women to marry 3 husbands as well. How many times have you given your husband sexual satisfaction in a week? When they touch you, you tear, Papa Nkenna, leave me alone. Papa Nkechi, I'm tired. Is sex food? Every day you want to do. Every day you want to do. Sex is not food. Sex is not food. If you marry that 3 husband, can you give him?
Now, don't go there, spice it up. Let's stay on this table. Don't go to the next table.
Look, these are the reasons why men marry more wives. You complain, you tie your leg, every day you tie up and you cover your leg. Papa cannot touch you, you start shouting, leave me alone, I'm tired. This thing I want, my head is aching me. Now, Papa Kenna wants another woman. You say no, you shouldn't marry. You prefer him to go and cheat. This is the reason why men go out and spend money, waste money. They keep having children, illegitimate children outside, you, the wife, is not aware of. When anything happens, you see 3 women come with children, and you'll be surprised. It has happened and it is still happening. Upon a man's demise, you see different other women will come out with children.
True. It even happened in my family too.
Yes. So if a man, for instance, wants a large family, this is another reason why men marry. And you, the woman, you want only 2. Or maybe you've given birth, you had complications, or you had tears, or you had issues, which the doctor said, don't try it again. Don't go to the theater again. You can't attempt another pregnancy due to this complication. Agreed. But if your husband wants more children, so what are you trying to tell him? No, don't have. Don't have more.
But spice it up. Why is it always the women have to be at the receiving end? If the man say he doesn't have, he want more children, and the woman cannot produce, the man will go out and have another person to produce. But what if the woman is saying, I want more kids, and the man is saying no? Because this culture is not fair on us at all. Oh.
No, okay. Honorable, you said if the woman wants more and the man
Yes.
doesn't want.
Yes.
What happens to divorce? Divorce him now, go and marry. Divorce your husband, go and remarry and have more children. Since your husband doesn't want to.
You can't say that. Divorce, go and have more. No, now.
Why not? Divorce him now so that you can go and have more children. Or you go and bring in legitimate children for him.
But spice it up. Okay, if you say divorce him, but if it was the case of the man, that's the same thing I'm still saying. The man will not divorce the woman. The man will force the woman to take the other children in.
He is not forcing. That is why these things are done. If we respect ourselves and have understanding, these things, polygamy can be peaceful and it can also have a side effect. It is left for us when you dialogue and you try to make your wife see the reasons with you. She agrees with you, there will be peace in the home. But I cannot, as a woman now, start telling my husband, no, you cannot marry another wife. And I know what the man wants. Okay, I have the choice to divorce him and move on with my life. If May, as she stands now, by right, she has the right to still say, I don't want to stay in this marriage and divorce you.
But it's difficult to divorce you after 4.
Why? Why is it difficult?
No, now she cannot leave the home that she has built.
Oh, so you now want you to leave the child that he has also shared outside?
It is easier for you to leave the woman, not the child.
But you cannot take the child without the woman. That is how it is done. You cannot. If that child doesn't bear his name, he can't take her. You see where the problem lies.
No, somebody have come to spoke. Don't let me speak English. We're no good. Somebody, yo Doki have educated us. Okay, yo is marrying this girl because yo dig the girl, because yo like the girl. Because let's look at it, whether we like it or not, that lady, she might be fat, she might be big, she has her own beauty. So yo like, because yo could have been able to say, I'll take responsibility for my child, but I don't want to marry. Are you telling me that if it was the house help, he will marry the house help?
No, look, honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable, if you doesn't want that child from the house girl, you can decide not to marry the girl. But if so long as he wants that child, remember, so long as he wants that child, he must do the right thing by paying bride price on the mother. So long as he wants that child, it's not today Yul has been sleeping with that girl. Yul has other women he has been sleeping with too. He's not a saint, just like so many promiscuous men out there that are sleeping around and getting women pregnant and forcing them to terminate the pregnancy, forcing them to raise children all by themselves, subjecting women to be single mothers by force, not by choice.
That's the conversation we should be having. And I like when Yuyo Ndoki said, we need to train the girl child, that the girl child should be sufficient. We have a society where you see young girls, everybody wants to go out with a married man, even though they know that the married man have children. Some married men have 3 wives and they still have side chick. So it's not a matter. That's what I'm saying. The conversation is, I like that this conversation we are having it, but we need to take it down to the roots. So spice it up.
Promiscuity is what we are condemning. Yes. But we are also saying, if a man is stupid enough to be promiscuous and sleeping with women without protection, then let him face the responsibility of marrying the woman. You cannot be getting women pregnant and then forcing them to be single mothers. You must marry them.
The point is, we shouldn't even be having that consideration of the man sleeping with the women in the first place when you are married.
How do you even stop this man? How do you now stop a promiscuous man? Like you said, a man can have one wife and be faithful. A man can equally have 10 wives and be promiscuous. So it is not about the number of women. It is about the nature of the he-goat. It is about the nature of the he-goat. So it is not polygamy that is the problem. The problem is the men involved.
Yeah.
It is not polygamy, because even men who are monogamous are promiscuous. They have one wife, but they have 10 side chicks outside.
And that is even worse.
They have 2 children at home. They have 2 children, but they have 5 outside. So the problem is not the type of marriage. So when people condemn polygamy, I keep saying polygamy is not a problem. It is the man and the woman in the house. Then the type of marriage is not a problem, but the individuals involved in the marriage. A man who cannot hold himself together and is promiscuous, even if you give him 20 wives, he will still never be satisfied. And use Solomon as a case study. With all the wives, he was still getting more concubines. So it's not just wives. He has, the Bible recorded 700 concubines. Only God knows if he ever touched some of the concubines. So it is not polygamy. Polygamy is not the problem. The problem is any man who is promiscuous is promiscuous. And I keep saying, your mistake is sleeping. His sin is cheating on the wife. That is the sin we should be holding him responsible for. And then lying and deceiving the wife. That is the sin. But as for going to pay the bride price, you cannot leave that child. He can decide that the child will not bear his name. Then he forgets about the mother and the child. Throw away the bathwater and the baby. But so long as you want the baby, he cannot run away from paying the bride price. And pay the doche that you know, being a traditional man, a responsible man that everybody respects in the society, will not have his grandchild bearing another person's name. Because if another person pays the woman's bride price, if another man pays the woman's bride, that child will bear the man's name. It becomes the man's child.
Wow.
Any child that is brought, that is brought into a woman's, that is brought into a man's home, a man who pays your bride, the child becomes your own. Okay. So long as you are the one that paid bride price on the woman, that child becomes your own. So for you to pay the bride price, it's because he wanted that child, not because he really wanted the woman. After all, he's been having the woman behind closed door. He's been having the woman secretly. Even male know about the relationship. Why did she not come out to shout and let the whole world know that the husband is a dog? He's sleeping around. But like many of us, we kept quiet.
Okay. Now, one last one. Do you think it's a stunt or they are just trying to change the conversation?
It's not a stunt. This is not a stunt. Yul has not come out to disclaim this. It's not a stunt. And you know the reason?
Attention.
Yeah, because you know they brought him out. This lover was the one that broke the whole news.
Yes,
you was probably still thinking of a time. He paid the bride price on Sunday. By Monday, the wife found out. So he did this secretly, trying to still find a way to break the news to the wife, only for Amebo bloggers to help him break the news. He didn't have any choice than to come out before the whole world, knowing that he's contesting. And if the thing is blown out without him coming to say it, it will also mess his image and discredit him. Yeah. So let's please, before I go, women, please, so polygamy is not the problem. After all the abuse, domestic violence, divorce cases, fighting and killing, all the things happening, they are all in monogamous home. I have not heard any from a polygamous home. All these things happening are all in monogamous home. So it is not about polygamy or monogamy. It is about those involved in the union. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Spice it up with Onwadia. Thank you. I appreciate you. Man, this conversation is hotter than I thought. Thank you. Thank you. Please, V Unique, do you want to say something or I should just continue? Welcome in, Portia.
V Unique. I have something to say.
Yes, please.
I have something to say. You know, spice it up. I don't know the part of Anambra you come from. I'm also an Anambra thing. I come from Amichimnewi South. And I have uncles that have kids outside. And then in my own Anambra, for the fact we're not married to you, that child is not recognized. We don't care if the child is most beautiful or whatever. But the fact that the child that we are not married to you, nobody followed you to pay the mother's bride price, the child is not recognized. Yes, as simple as that. And I had one of my uncle, he's there, he has 7 kids outside. And the day of his burial, nobody entered my compound to say, he is my father. We don't know you, and you dare not. And you must be hearing of Umanokuru. You hear is a popular name, Mike Ume Umozo Dinobi. He has a child outside. We don't know him. It's none of our business. And if there's something will happen to him on what sign, it's not our business. You know, one thing, and when you talk about men being promiscuous, that is one thing. You know, cheating is choice. A man is a choice. A man who wants to be promiscuous is a choice. That is what he wants to turn his life to. It's not a must that I'm angry. I don't want. Seriously, what is happening now is irritating and horrible. Young girls, knowing that this man is a married man, we have responsible young guys outside there that you can date. Why a married man? And a married man that is going outside to have a side chicken, and you don't use protection, and you come back home and sleep with your wife. Hell,
it's too much. Oh, honestly, it is too much. You
do not use protection. There's a story I heard. The woman, the man, that man, his own premise. I don't know what to call that man. Sure, the man is a dog. Okay, do you know that all the things that this man is doing? I don't know the last person he slept with, and he had HIV, knowing full well that he's a carrier. He's positive. And he took care of himself by taking drugs and all that. You did not tell the woman, an innocent woman, you came back home, you slept with that woman, and you affected her with that disease. And this woman died of HIV. And you were still alive, going around. Honorable.
It's very unique. Very unique. Very unique. Madam, you said that you mentioned about someone that has children and nobody bothered, nobody entered the compound to say anything. That's because the man never wanted the children. I am saying in a case where a man wants the child, he can never have the child without paying bride price. So a man can have multiple children outside that are abandoned. That is why we have a lot of children who don't know their father. Their mother will either tell them that their father is dead or their father is.
That my uncle is their father, and they are bearing.
But he doesn't want to take the name.
No,
but he doesn't want to take the children.
They are bearing our surname. I know them all.
How can they be bearing your surname in Igbo culture and the man is not married to their mother?
I don't know. That is.
It is not done. I am another brown woman. It is not done. It is not done.
Local government. The children are bearing the man's name. If I can call my mom up to come to this life, she will tell you the children are bearing the man's name. He took care of all of them. He set them up. And the woman, the wife, don't know about all these things. But we know. But when the man died, nobody entered because they cannot. We don't know.
The wife is not aware of the children's existence.
But we know.
How can you people know and the wife is not aware?
The wife is not aware. We know. My uncle is okay. We know. Even there was a day that the woman threatened that he's coming to tell his wife. He shut the woman up. The wife don't know up to today. We know. Unless maybe one of my uncles can just sit up one day and go and tell the woman. 7 children. I know they lie you. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 boys and 3 girls.
In that case, why is it that women are women's problem and this thing it keeps recycling? How can you have 7? Let's say you even have 1 for the man by mistake. You now have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
My uncle is okay, the original one. He goes to joy. Serious he goes. That man, because he has more, maybe it's the money, I don't know. And women were just, opening their legs like Okoko Bazaar. I don't understand.
Okay, in conclusion, this LS is dragging more than I thought, but I want to appreciate.
Okay, wait, honorable, sorry, I want to ask her one last question concerning this uncle of hers. Now, madam, do you know that those children cannot inherit anything from your uncle?
No, they didn't inherit anything. Oh. The ones that we know
They
that his children
cannot.
that they were here, they are the ones that
Yes,
inherited
they
the man's
cannot.
property. Even
This
if they
is
didn't
the
inherit anything, the man
this
shared
is
his
the
property with
reason.
him according to his children, which the man, the wife gave birth to. I said he has
That is
already set them up. He set them up.
now that is
All
the
of them.
thing. So long as he didn't marry their mother, those children are not entitled to anything traditionally. Let's say when
Yes,
it comes to land, his land, the children that are outside cannot inherit anything, and they cannot sit with umonna in the
yes, so
community because they'll be
they can't sit
regarded
with
as
our own woman now. I don't know. They can
they
sit with their own
can't.
mother's woman now.
Yes, they can because they are not. Their mother is not legally married to their father. But if he had paid bride price, those children would be entitled just like the first wife. So you see that these children now have been thrown out. Yes, he can set them out, set them up. But when it comes to the village where they came from, they are not recognized as his children. That's it.
Wow. 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 Man, like I said, honestly, we need to, like Spice It Up kept saying, polygamy is not the problem. And that's my advocacy on this. Polygamy is not the problem. The problem is the cheating. Because in the case of you, it was because he was caught and he has an hidden agenda. That is why he's owning up to it. So we should just collectively stand to say no to cheating. And if you're a young lady watching this live stream, please, when you want to marry, make sure you choose right. Because it's only a man that we don't cheat, not because, like I will always say, that I'm not cheating on my husband, not because I'm afraid of him. It's because of the fear of God. It's the fear of God and the respect that the man has for you. Because there are so many diseases out there that are even worse than having a baby in an adulterous relationship. Like V Unique gave us an instance of somebody having HIV, and you cannot go and have HIV outside and you come to your wife. How do you want to confess that to your wife? You won't be able to confess that you have HIV to your wife, or you have any sexually transmitted disease with your wife, and then you go lay with the wife and you risk the wife. And that's why I'm saying polygamy is not even the problem. The problem is the cheating, not with one, not with two, not with three, not with four, countless girls. All those girls are not smiling. And once you start cheating, it affects your home. So when people say polygamy is a cause, polygamy is not the cause. The cheating is the cause. Because when you have left your matrimonial home and go outside, you have removed the cover that is covering your home. Any girl, thank you so much, V Unique. Thank you so much, Spice It Up. Thank you to my uncle. Thank you to Adana. And thank you to everyone that have been engaging on the chat. So I'm bringing the live stream almost to an end. Why will you make your children suffer with the choices? So true. There's no excuses. There's no excuse for cheating. True, Portia. No to cheating. Absolutely. So my take, like if you have misunderstood me or you have misunderstood anybody that spoke, everybody collectively, indirectly or directly, realistically or biblically, we are all condemning polygamy. We are all saying no to polygamy. No, we are all condemning cheating, because the root cause of the polygamy itself is cheating, is greed also. Like the kings that are having multiple wives, for the Lord of me, I cannot understand it. Is also cheating. The Alba that passed on, he had a lot of wives, and I don't see why young girls are throwing themselves also. An old man that is close to the grave is coming to say they want to marry you, and you are accepting. So even though the men are greedy, the women also are greedy. Why are this single girl going for married men? It all boils down to greed. It boils down to greed. So the focus of this, my LS, is to condemn that greed. As a woman, have a sense of value, have a sense of, okay, I know that my uncle came from an angle of trying to help a woman. That is another way to see it, trying to help. Because the truth is that I would say some of us, maybe some of us were lucky to be able to get husbands that proposed to us and married us. There are some people that are not lucky. But somebody said something in the chat. Who said that? Oh, I think it's V Unique or Portia, saying that when these girls were young, when girls are young at their prime between 25 and 30, I feel 25 and 30 is a good time to marry. I don't also subscribe to getting married very early. I don't subscribe to it. Like people are saying, got married at 22, so you didn't experience life. And I've seen girls too that got married early, so they got married at 19. Some of them got married at 22. So when they are 30, 35, they think that they miss out something. So those are the ones that, honestly, those are the girls that misbehave, because they always feel that, oh, I miss out in my. I had a friend that got married at 22. So at 28, she already had her 3 kids. So when I got married at 27, and at 30, I was not even ready to have a child, because God said, oh, girl, you need to learn language first. So the girl will always see me and think that she missed out something. And I always tell her that time that if I got married at 22, I probably would have had my children before 30. So don't envy me as much as I'm not envying you. You have done you, and I'm doing me. I've seen that those girls that got married at 22, they always feel that they miss out something. Those are the same girls that when men will now start chiking them, trying to tell them, oh, you are beautiful, and their husbands don't tell them that they are beautiful, the tendency of falling is then high. Unlike people like us, when we say we don't hear them, people don't tell us that. So if a man is now coming to me to now say, you are beautiful, you are this, that, you are just validating what I've been hearing as a single girl. So even in marriage, I don't need that validation. But there were some people that didn't get validation as young people because they got married on time. So my point, I don't subscribe to getting married too early. I don't think anybody at 20 have a business with marriage. No, don't tell me that it's not by age. It is by age, because as you grow older, you get to know, you get more clarity of what you want. At 20, it's still a case of, oh, let me marry, let me have my children early, let me marry, because, it's still like your mother telling you things. But when you are 25, your perception is different. At 30, your perception is different. At 35, your perception is different. So that's to just answer that question, that most of these side chick, side turkey, side fowl, they didn't get married when they are supposed to get married. So now they are looking for anybody available. Let me just have a child. Let me just have a child. Well, we stand against cheating. That's the point. Are we supporting polygamy outrightly? No, no. But like I said, I will respect somebody, or I will rather give it to somebody. And we're talking realistically now, realistically, because sometimes when we use Bible to cover everything, people are stealing from us because of the Bible. Because people will say, "Oh, the Bible." I told you at the beginning of this LS, a girl in Ghana. Portia, you are a Ghanaian. I don't know if you know one program on Ghana station. It's on their station. They call it Duvet. On that program, they talk about, it's for matured audience. So they talk about things that has to do with the other room, things that has to do with adulthood. And the host of that program hosted some ladies, and a girl was saying that she is that she loves men coming from the backyard, from the back, if you know what I'm saying. And why she like, and most of our customers are pastors. She said most of our customers are pastors, and such pastors will still mount the pulpit and preach. And when we want to talk, people will say that we are condemning them. It's not condemning, it's that what is not good is not good. I see some booking, Sylvia. You're welcome in. Is that what is not good is not good. When you see bad thing, when you see these pastors also misbehaving, when we want to talk about it, people will think we are condemning them, because the Bible says we shouldn't judge. But I tell you, I live in Switzerland. There's no excuse for misbehavior. If you misbehave, you get consequence. So when you hear us talking like this, we are not judging. We're just saying it's a no to cheating, because the rate of cheating across the world is very high, even in abroad, even in diaspora. white men, they cheat also. They cheat a lot. Even their women, they cheat a lot. So it's not limited to the black culture. It's not limited to the black race. It's not limited to the black race. Let's call a spade a spade. What is not good is not good. It's just a lot of hypocrisy going on there. You see people that are condemning y'all, they are also guilty of the offense. They will now be saying things like, maybe you take sense, do them now. Why do you have to do it in the first place? Why? Why do you have to be breaking the altar? So long as the persons involved are not breaking any law, they are free to practice the type of marriage they want. Okay, says, I got you. I get you. No excuse for cheating and sleeping around. Yes, zero tolerance for cheating, zero tolerance for sleeping around, because that's where it starts. And once you've done that, you have broken the edge. And what does the Bible say? If you break the edge, the serpent will bite. It is on that note. Wow. I've really, really learned. I love to do live streams because I also learn when I come. I've learned one or two, what I've learned 2 or 3 things. I hope if you were part of this live stream, I hope you have also learned. I hope you've also learned. No excuse for cheating. So many women are deciding not to marry because marriages these look unattractive. Yeah, marriage looks unattractive, but we still have some marriages that are working, and that's why we zero it down to the fact that people need to give their life to Christ. People need to serve God in spirit and in truth. People need to fear God, because that is the only way we can mop up this uncertainty. That's the not a, that's the only way we can mop up this decadence. When a man fears the Lord, he will not cheat on the wife. When a woman fears the Lord, she will not cheat on the husband. So he brings us back to the gospel. He brings us back to salvation. Because if we are doing party yaba, you are welcome. If we are still doing all this hypocrite thing, we are going to be having this problem. Speaking Grace, Wumi, is that you? I've been waiting for you since I wanted to end this LS. Please, if you are here, help me celebrate Speaking Grace. Today is our birthday. Today is our birthday. Happy birthday to you. I've done it before. So I'm going to play a music to celebrate you. Happy birthday, my Speaking Grace. You are a blessing. Yeah. Is that you, Wumi? If it's you, just say yes. Happy birthday to you. It's unfortunate that I have to do it like this. You know me, I would have done a proper video, but I didn't get to know on time. And then when I needed to come do this live stream to address this issue so that we can learn. The gospel is everything. Yes, yes. It is still me, Adana. Adana, it is still you. Anyway, we are celebrating with me on your behalf then. Happy birthday, dear Wumi. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to play this song, Ijesunogie, to celebrate Wumi. Wumi, we love you. We love you wherever you are. Let me play this song, take a sip, and bring this LS to an end. I really, oh my God. Let's take a break as I bring this LS to an end. Thank you all for joining. This LS is a tough word. My God. Thank you all. Celebrate with for me. God bless you. Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you.
Jesus,
Thank
you
you
are
for celebrating
big, my
speaking grace for me.
God.
Thank you.
Emmanuel, you are God.
Mumi, there are two of them, Mumi and Edani.
Neither forsake me. You are worthy of my praise. You are worthy of my praise. Iga yere se ya no ni me. Iga yere se ya no ni me. Endaya bielere. Kelo pagade. Oya bauta. Kelo pagade. Ijesu no ge. Oh, you know ge. Ijesu no ge. I'm your get no ye we. Iga sunu ge. Ebe ya. Kesana ya. Ove. Ese ya no ni me.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank
He will never allow the world to ask us where is the God. He will never allow the world to ask you where is your God. Who comes to the east? From whence cometh your help? My help comes from the Lord who made the heaven and
you,
earth.
Sister Stella.
Jason again, oh, you know, again, Barbara,
You will never allow the world to shame you. God will not allow the world to shame you. Thank you all for joining this live Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Yo-Yo. Thank you. Thank you for educating me. I learned a lot from you. Wow. Man, 2 hours plus, but it's fulfilling for me. I learned a lot. I hope you have also learned a lot. Shout out to everyone that jumped on the live stream. Mega shout out to Wumi once again. I pray for as many of us that are married, we will not be surprised with a side baby in Jesus' name. We will not be surprised with side chick in our homes in Jesus' name. I cover our homes with the blood of Jesus. So encourage your husband, oh, if he's not going to church, encourage him to be going to church. Encourage him to know the Lord for himself, because that's the only way where you can be free from this. If even if your husband is going to church and your husband is a pastor, we live in a time that anything can happen, but it will not happen to us. It will not come close to us. Only our ears will go to hear them. It will not come near our dwellings in Jesus' name. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all in my next video on your. If you're a content creator, I'll see you maybe in your video on somebody else's premiere. But if you're not a content creator, thank you for watching. Unexpected shock will not come close to us in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Sister Stella Voice. It's good to have you back on the street of Whitey. Oyoyo, thank you. I can go on, but I love you all. But Jesus love you more. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And that's where we have our security. We say no to cheating. We stand against it, and nothing will change that, because that is the genesis of everything. That's the genesis of also polygamy. I love you all. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all. Bye. Thank you, Adana. Thank you. Bye-bye.